Hello pretty people of the internet. So today I have decided to do what they have titled the Les Mis accent challenge, alternatively titled Just How Badly Can We Screw Up These Pronunciations and Bring Your Crappy Attempt at French to Work Day. So this is on Tumblr, so I've decided to film the video. So there's a series of questions and I'm reading off my phone here. Yes, I think it's very well thought out that I have chosen a Paris-themed phone cover for this. So let's just see how crazy this gets. So first off, let's start with something easy. Say the title. So if you want to get really... Okay, so the simple version is Les Miserables, but so if you want to get a little bit more fancier, say in the way that Sir Cameron Mackintosh says it, is Les Miserables. So, 2. I'm not doing this. So next question is, tell us your favourite line from the musical. Bonus points if you can sing it. Bonus points if you can actually act it out dramatically. Okay, this has to be some thought. Cosette, now I remember. Cosette, how can it be? We were children together. What's become of me? Eponine, who was that girl? Some bourgeois to a penny thing. Eponine, find it for me. Will he give me anything? Are you all excited now? But God knows what you see in her. Aren't you all delighted now? No, I don't want your money, sir. Eponine, do this for me. Discover where she lives. Careful how you go. Don't let your father know. Eponine, I'm lost until she is found. See, I told you so. There's lots of things I know. Eponine, she knows her way around. That's actually like I just did the full song. I love Eponine's Errand. But yeah, I find that's a very important part in the I think that's a very important part in the story, seeing as that's when he first meets Cosette, and he asks her to give a letter and to find out, where she lives. So, and then you find out how much Eponine is actually in love with him. So, I think that's an important part of the story, and that's why it's my favourite. So, read out the following names. Okay, Jean Valjean, which, if you're doing a French accent, thank you to Sacha Baron Cohen. Jean Valjean. Javert, Fantine, Thénardier, Eponine, Euphrasie, Cosette. They've actually got her, the last name, Fauchelevent, Montparnasse, Plaxu. Okay. So embarrassing. The whole idea of this next question is to say, when they're building the barricade and Courfeyrac, played by Frothy, says, we need as much furniture as you can throw down. And having his very strong Northern Irish accent, it has been a bit of a meme in the fandom. So it does ask to imitate his accent, and I don't know if I can bring myself to do so. So I get really shy in these things. Luckily it's written phonetically, so funnily enough I can actually do a Dublin accent, but I've got a when I'm reading this, I've got a Dublin accent in my head, not a, Northern Irish, like not a Northern Irish accent. So I'm actually going to pass on that question, because I don't want to offend anybody. I actually can do a Dublin accent. If you see my previous video, I tried. But, yeah, I've just got this Dublin accent in my head, and it's not going to happen in a North Irish accent. So, I'm sorry. That's 2 questions I've passed on. Do you prefer the movie or the stage show? I've actually only seen the stage show on YouTube, which is a bootleg. And it was one with Cillian Donnelly as Andras. Gareth Gates was Marius. We had Geronimo Ranch. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. He was Valjean. Norm Lewis was Javert. Samantha Barks we had as Eponine. So it was about 2011-ish. And Scott Garnham was Fui. Yeah, it's all I can really remember. Yeah, that was excellent. I love the film. And a lot. And it cemented Aaron Tveit as my top sexiest man. And, but I'm going to see the Australian stage show on the 2nd of August. Today is the 29th of May. So it's still a few months away. But yeah, I haven't actually been to a stage show as of yet. Yeah, so I can't really answer that question because they're so different in so many ways. The film, they cut some things out, but they also added some things. Another problem that, back to Eponine's Errand, I just wish they'd show that more in more of the, I just wish they'd show that more in the stage show more often, because it's such a, it's a very crucial scene, I find. So, yeah, I will let you know how the stage show goes. And I found out recently that the guy who's playing Javert is one of the top makeup artists for my favourite makeup brand, Inglot. And that makes it very exciting to see him, because, yeah. And I've seen a few behind the scenes videos already. There was one that was posted on their official Facebook, the Australian Les Mis official Facebook, last week. Might have been earlier in this week. Of them doing the reprise of Do You Hear the People Sing, like from the epilogue. So, and it was beautiful. So I will keep you updated on the awesomeness. Okay. Okay, favorite line from The Brick. Okay, so I just read through, I just had a look through The Brick, what's the novel, what we call The Brick, as its size. I've only gotten up to here. You can see the little bookmark. But yeah, I have read ahead a couple of times, and I found the barricade, like the final battle scene. Yeah, there was, I can't remember exactly the line, but it did show that it was just okay, so just one thing. In the Brit, when they say, when the famous part about do you permit it, that's not in the Brit, it's in the abridged version, unfortunately, so I got to miss out on that. And the abridged version is a little bit harder to find in this world. And anyway, so there was a line that said Combeferre only had enough time to look like carrying a wounded soldier, and he only had enough time to look up to the sky before he was stabbed to death or something or other. And then so we find out, it was in the film, it was Joly, Courfeyrac and Combeferre that were shot through the floor. So we got Hugh Skinner, we got Frafe, and we got Killian Donnelly that were killed through the floor. In the book, it was Fouy instead of Combeferre. So that was just before Grantaire wakes up and finds Enjolras, standing before a firing squad. So yes, that was how I realised that it takes some noticing in the film that Grantaire was never actually in the fight to begin. Like, he was never actually in the fight. He was sleeping or something, because the day before, when they're building the barricade, he's busy making out with someone else while they're about to kiss, and then I think they take out the chair from under him, and it's like, oh no, because Marius runs up and says, "Get off your ass, it's begun." And so that was, Grantaire's a bit of a lazy asshole. Excuse my language. No, don't excuse my language. It's not what. So yeah, Grantaire was a little bit of if you've seen more than one version of Les Mis, who do you think has okay? Who do you think was the best in certain roles? Okay, so I'm going to say Killian Donnelly was probably my favourite in like every time. My favourite Marius would be probably Gareth Gates. My favourite Valjean, Ramin Karimloo. I'm gonna say with Enjolras, I'm gonna say both Killian and Ramin were my tie. I can't choose out of them. Favorite Javert. Killian's played him, but I think it would have to be Hadley. Favorite Grantaire. It'd be either I can't choose. I quite like the one that was, I don't know who it was. I don't think it was Adam Linstead. He's the current one. But the 2011 one that I mentioned, of the show that I mentioned earlier that I'd seen, because I don't know, it was dirty. He was just inappropriate the whole way through, and I just think that's very, very Grantaire. But I love Hadley Fraser, and I'm a big fan of George Blagden. Who else have we got? Cosette. I like Katie Hall's Cosette. Both from 25th Anniversary and the 2010 Dream the Dream tour thing. Favorite Eponine, either Sam Barks or Carrie Hope Fletcher. Favorite Fontaine. I haven't found a favorite Fontaine. By that I mean, struggle finding a favorite Fontaine. Probably just gonna be a bit mainstream and say Lea Salonga. I didn't mind Anne Hathaway's film version, but acting wise, Anne Hathaway, musically, Lea Salonga. Favorite, Thenardier. Whew. Just for film's sake, this is so mainstream, I know, but I find that Sacha Baron Cohen's was very funny. Matt Lucas was excellent, except he hit a bad note. I don't know if it was on purpose in Dog Eat Dog. I haven't really found any that totally stood out to me. Madame Thenardier, I didn't like Helena Bonham Carter at all. I just found she was a bit off in her singing the whole time. But I did like Jenny Galloway. I thought she was very funny. I think that's all the major characters to choose from. Yeah. So, next question. Read out these names. Enjolras, Combeferre, Courfeyrac, Fouille, Borel, Bessoir, Grantaire, Jahan, Joly, Marius Pontmercy, Léonie de l'Abbesse. Léonie de... Oh. I think that... De l'Abbesse? I think it's pronounced like that. Who is your favourite character and what's your favourite thing they say or do in any version of the story, the Brick, the musical, or the movie? Probably... Okay, I have a few favourite characters. So, Eponine and Fantine, because their lives are both so tragic. Well, Fantine's life is obviously tragic. She goes into prostitution to survive. That's tragic as it is. So probably, yeah, the best line was, you let your former Semney away. Yes, you were there and turned aside. I think that's probably one of the most tragic lines that in, at the end of it, I dreamed a dream, but now life has killed the dream I dreamed. Okay, so Eponine, yeah, so Eponine, I like, yeah, probably the entirety of Eponine's errand. Or and I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him, because yeah, she finally realizes in herself that that was the idea that, you know, she's sort of fantasizing about him. Enjolras, I love him because of his sort of strength, his emotional strength. He doesn't let women, unlike everybody else, unlike Marius, he doesn't let any women come between him and his goal. My favourite line. Marriage is no longer a child. I do not doubt you mean it well, but now there is a higher call. And he says, who cares about your lonely soul? We strive towards a larger goal. Our little lives don't count at all. So that just means putting the revolution a priority above their personal lives. Yeah, so they're my 3 favourite characters. Give us a modern AU headcanon. Go on, you know you want to. Okay, so I've been thinking about this for quite some time. What I want to do is I want to make, like, sort of rewrite parts of this, like, more so the musical length, but it's going to be set in like New York City, it's going to be gender swapped. So the revolutionaries are going to be feminists. Jean Valjean is going to be taken out of a like a women's detention center. And then so feminists, women's detention center. Instead of going to prostitution and dying of natural causes, I'm going to get Fontaine to enter a drug gang, and whether was going to be a he is killed in a, violent shootout or something, or just something that goes terribly wrong, or maybe even overdoses on drugs. I don't know. Though, mind you, half the drug gangs don't even take the drugs themselves. They just sell it for the profit. To the barricades! So yeah, basically I had to scream to the barricades in an authoritative voice, bonus points for doing the triumphant trumpets that follow. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry about the bonus points, but okay, so who do you ship? Enjolras and Grantaire. Everybody does. It's like, it's what Mizzies do best. And anything passive aggressive you like to say to Cosette haters? Well, I myself think she's a bit of a damsel in distress. But I'm not going to say anything anything crazy. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. So please like my video. I epically failed and I passed on 2 questions. I'm sorry. That was, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Frothy, and I don't want to offend him by trying to do his accent. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and Bye.